Happy Monday, wherever you are out there in the world. Good morning to you. For some of you, it's good afternoon. Whatever time of day it is Monday, wherever you are. And I love spending this precious time with you every Monday, getting ready to kick off the week. I kind of consider this our spiritual coffee. And I have, oh my gosh, how do I describe this lady? She has been my client, then turned friend, then turned spiritual advisor, and now all things wisdom for women. And I am really, really delighted to be able to share her with all of you. So, good morning to Miss Sabrina Universal Lawton. Say hello to everyone out there. And we don't have our little Facebook thing to watch, those of you commenting, but I'm going to give everyone a second just to say hi, good morning to each other, because I know in our family you guys love doing that. So while you're doing that, I'm going to jump and see if I could just see a little bit of that on my phone, so I can say good morning too. But it's Monday morning, and this morning we're talking about discovering your gifts through gratitude. One of the things that I know in the work that I do is people, one of the biggest things that people are kind of searching for is, what is my purpose, and how can I get back to believing that I really can have my heart's desires when life's kind of knocked me around a bit. I've got the daily trauma and drama of life to deal with, and then there's this burning desire in my heart for more and a better life. And when they're being honest, it's just truthfully, Tasha, I just really feel sometimes like I can't get there. So I brought in the person who I believe can truly help with this conversation, and talking about how to discover your gifts, your purpose, how to just get back into a feel good place through gratitude. So Sabrina, it's all yours to talk and share with everyone while you're doing that. So I'm just gonna, ask you to share a little bit about your background and how you came to be doing this work. We have maybe 15 to 20 minutes to share all we want to share, but I think it's important for people to know a little bit about why this work is so important to you and kind of how you got into it. So share, please.
Absolutely. First off, thank you so much for having me, Tasha. I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be on with the wonderful Facebook family as well. So a little bit about me. I am Sabrina Universal Lawton. I worked in corporate America for 16 years. I've got a family, a husband, 2 children. I'm so grateful for them. But I'll tell you, in working for corporate America, that was a big deal for me. I had the apparent success on the outside, the home, the car, the family. But on the inside, I felt like I was dying inside. I wasn't living out my purpose. So my spiritual life was a huge deficit, regardless of what it looked like on the outside. And so,
been there.
Yes.
Been there. Get that check.
Exactly. Check that box, right? So through a series of events, and really there's one in particular, it was a car accident that I had in 2013 that literally changed the trajectory of my life. I shortly thereafter that car accident developed a condition called TMJ. It's got a long name for it, the short is TMJ. But basically my jaw joints seemed to lock up, my back, my shoulders were locked. I could no longer travel. I could no longer have, extended conversations on the phone with my client without developing a lisp, a migraine. So I knew that was time to stop. It was like God was saying, be still and know that I am God. And I believe in God both scientifically and spiritually. So from a scientific perspective, as I sat there and I was really being still with myself, I thought, okay, well, what am I here to do? I clearly can't go back to this corporate world. I'm stuck. And that's how I felt initially. Have you ever felt stuck? But yes. But then it was just about, you know what? Take a moment, breathe, and look for the gift and why I'm here. And when I did that, I was able to hear that deep, small, still voice within me, so to the point that I began to draw out my life. I began to
Wow.
create my life. I was called to become a spiritual advisor. I was called to learn everything that I could about loving myself so that I can then turn around and help others to do the same. And I never looked back. So finding the gift in each day is not so much about struggling against what happens to us,
Mm.
but discovering the gift and why it happened. And for me, the TMJ has become my internal mechanism, my internal health guide that tells me, hey, are you in alignment with your peace? Are you in alignment with what you should be doing today? Are you aligned with the people and the places and things? If not, my body's going to show me. So I see it as a gift.
Wow. So my brain is like going so fast. There's so much I want to say just because this is a conversation that we find ourselves in, especially when we're coaching, is people saying, I feel stuck. I feel frustrated by life. I feel like I can't catch a break. I feel like, everybody else is succeeding, but not me. And it's really heavy. And what I hear you say, which I love, is look at that through some different lens, right? Like put on a new set of glasses and just look at all the feeling that you're expressing, the feeling stuck and frustrated and angry and all of it, and asking the questions and feeling like there are no answers. And instead just look at it differently and ask a different question, right? Which is, what is the gift? What is the gift here? What is this feeling trying to tell me? So if you're watching my Facebook, I'm gonna ask you guys like this Monday morning to like straight up be honest. If you've been feeling like that in any area of your life, and instead just start asking, all right, just pause and breathe, like Sabrina said, pause and breathe and ask, what is the gift?
What is the
What
gift?
is the gift?
What is
Yeah.
the gift? And that's so wonderful and powerful, Tasha, because we so often have messy things in our lives. Let's just be clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
We all have things going on, whether it be in our relationships or our jobs or our health, right? That can deter us from doing what we're called to do.
Yeah.
If we look at it differently, to your point, if we see it through new lenses, then those things can actually support us. So let's look at our challenges in a way that says, this is helping me to build spiritual and emotional muscle to get these things done.
Right. Yeah.
And, I think about a time when I lived in Seattle, Washington. It felt like it was always winter. Summer was like 2 months out of the year. Okay. So, and for me, energetically, I felt so lethargic. And by this time, I was doing my work as a spiritual advisor. So I couldn't understand why I felt so heavy at times. I would have a client come in, I would feel the energy of, the Holy Spirit flowing and all of that good stuff. But then afterward, I'd go back to that drained energy. And for a
Mm.
while, I tried to press through it and power through it. And I was frustrated about it. And you know what? One time God just said to me, hey, look, if you don't have energy right now, thank God that I've given you a life that allows you to have a client, crawl your little self upstairs, and go lay down and take a nap. So
Yeah.
rather than resisting and trying to power through, having each day a gift is about understanding that there's a time for everything under the sun. There's
Mm.
a time to be in this huge energetic flow of planning and creating. And there's a time to sit back and relax.
Yes, and take a nap. Yes, there is always a time to take a nap. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, we talk a lot about gratitude in the work that we do. How can people who have big dreams achieve them through gratitude?
Mm, so beautiful. First, I love what you focus on, and I love having come through your group as well. Visualize.
Yeah.
Visualize things as if they already are. So whenever I get stressed out or frustrated about something, instead of going in and going down that path, because it is a choice,
Yes.
right? I
Yes.
choose, make that choice to see it already done, to see it resolved. close your eyes, visualize that situation, that circumstance, that conversation with that person going well. And I think one of the keys to making each day a gift is to recognize that our future is highly dependent upon how well we do the now.
Wow. Pause. Everybody, we need to type that. We need to type that out. Our future is highly dependent on how we do the now. Wow. Pause. Like, I need to soak that up because you know what? In the now, what are we doing? Complaining, being frustrated, being disconnected, being all of that, right? Wondering, like, where's our dreams? We are so in misalignment in the now. And if you're saying our future depends on how we're handling wherever we are right now, we got some shifting to do this now.
Now.
Right now, we got to start some shifting. And that's really, oh my gosh, that was huge.
Awesome. I love it, Tasha. And you're absolutely right, because if we think about it, this is what we typically end up doing. And hey, I can speak to this because I've experienced it. I have had to battle a negative mind just because of where I come from, what I come through. And oftentimes, you know, my past, there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of negativity rooted back there. So if I bring it with me to the present moment, which is what we often do, we'll bring thoughts from back there. And that place, we have to understand, doesn't exist anymore. So what we can do is we can take the love lessons from those past experiences, but really come to the now and ask ourselves, is that thing affecting us right now? Is that really affecting me?
That was so good. Oh my God, pause. Guys, type, like free yourself from the prison of the past. Because what I love about what you just said is it no longer exists. Like it is, we're in the now, and all the stuff, the emotions and the chatter in our minds that have been formed from events in the past, that is gone. It's done. It's like not even here anymore, and we're still prisoner to it in the now, which is creating the future. Like that is such a vicious trap. Oh my God. If nothing else, just opening our eyes to that awareness, Sabrina, huge. So how do we bring in gratitude?
How do we bring in gratitude? We focus on the promise, not the problem, right? So, hey, if you've got a dream in your heart, remember you said this is Spiritual Monday, right?
Yep.
If you've got a dream in your heart, God wouldn't have put it in there if God didn't give you the tools to bring it to pass. So rather than focus on the problem, focus on the promise. Focus on, I have this desire for a purpose and I'm going to fulfill it. And recognize that. And then in the now, look for a reason to say thank you. And I am certain with all the stuff that we go through, that we can all find one thing to be grateful for, if not many. And one of the things I found is that the more I got into gratitude journaling, which in the book, Each Day a Gift, there's a section at the end of each of the 90-day devotions where you get to actual journal about that day, about what you're thankful for. So when you do that, the universe says, oh, this person is in gratitude. And then it says, well, to the one who has, more will be given. And then you start a new flow, right? So we remember that our thoughts create. So this is how we, make that error of bringing the past into the present and then creating the same future, is that our thoughts create. So if I'm going to think a thought that was rooted way back there that doesn't serve me, that's what I've created. I've created the same circumstance. But if I can pause and say, thank you for my TMJ condition, because I realized that I was moving too fast in my life. I didn't take a moment to stop to know who Sabrina was. So thank you for this condition, which allows me to get grounded, which allows me to become silent in ways that I wouldn't have otherwise without it. Right. And what naturally happened is that the condition subsided. And it will pop up as a reminder. So coming to stillness, coming to your breath, and looking for the light, even in the darkness, will get us to where we need to go.
I love it. Gosh, I'm like having to hold myself back from making all these like extended, because we have like 5 minutes to go. And you know, so there's two other things. And one thing, if you could just talk to this really, really quickly, even though it's really deep, but you know, we've all gone through trauma in our life. And sometimes I find that, you know, it took me personally a long time to really trust, not even to believe, but just to trust that by being grateful, I could help to resolve the trauma. It just didn't feel like that was enough or that was even possible. It's like trauma is so big and heavy and deep and intense, and gratitude is so light and simple and easy. And it's like, how can this battle this? You know, like so
Exactly.
help us, because I know a lot of people that are watching. I mean, like attracts like. So the people in my community are a mirror of my own experiences, right? So how do you talk to that? And I know we're going to talk about the book in a little bit, but how do you, in your, even in your own coaching, address
Absolutely. Great question, Tasha. You know, single eye focus. That's what I would say. You know, we talk about this third eye center. Well, there's something there to having single eye focus. So there's our emotions, there's the way we feel, and then there's the stuff we have to get done.
that?
And I think that's why the Nike brand was so powerful, because they said, just do it.
Right.
And sometimes I will tell you, we have to just do it. Okay. Faith is not about feelings, which is great, because I tell you what, if I did things based on how I felt in the beginning, throughout, and even sometimes in my life, right, I wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah.
And when we don't get things done because we're stuck in our feelings, know that there's grace for that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how we power through. We power through by knowing we don't have to be perfect. We power through by knowing that God already knew what you went through, what you've been through.
Yeah.
So it's likely that you don't have to be super optimal. This is not about perfection. This is about doing the best we can with what we have. So one of the things and one of the tools that I use is, if I'm feeling a certain way, I ask myself, what is the best thing you can do to serve you now?
Mm.
Is it take a nap? Is it have a conversation with someone?
Mm.
Is it to sit down and journal and draft a plan? Really ponder that question within yourself.
Right.
Move forward in that with single eye focus.
Mm. I love that. Awesome. So is joy every day, every single day? Is joy really possible?
Absolutely, Tasha.
Every day is a gift,
Every
right?
day is a gift.
And a gift for me is like happy, like feeling happy, feeling joyful, feeling excited, surprised, expectant, like a wonderful feeling. Is that possible every single day? Is that really possible?
Well, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Have you ever both laughed and cried in the same day?
Yes, 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 lots. I'll
Oh,
talk.
right. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. So absolutely, the answer to your question is yes. We have all had belly rolling over, you know, laughter in a day. And we've also cried. We can think of days where we've cried in the same day. And seeing each day as a gift is about knowing that that's okay.
Hmm. No
Now,
judgment. No
say that.
judgment. No judgment. It's like sometimes I'll end the day and be like, I'm now laughing. This morning I was crying like a crazy woman. Like, what's wrong with me? And it's like, God bless you. You can have both ranges of experiences in one day, you know?
You can. And how often we tap into one or the other, it is a choice.
Yeah.
And that's where we go into practicing these daily gifts of gratitude. And I'm grateful to support you along the way with the 90-day devotions. And so
Yeah,
for those
tell us. Show us, show us, show us.
oh yes, yes, yes. So for those of you that have commented, one of you will receive this wonderful 90-day devotion for free. So one will be selected,
Okay.
and I will support you. in making a habit of thanks and praise. And I tell you, it's amazing the miracles that take place when we stop resisting what is and we look for ways that it will actually benefit our lives and support us moving forward.
I love it. So it's each day a gift, a gratitude devotional for women, 90 devotions to make a habit of praise and thanks. I've already pre-ordered mine. I'm like waiting for it to come in. But I encourage everyone to write a comment, say, yes, I want the book, I want the book, I want the book. So Sabrina gets to put you in her pool, and my intention is that there will be a very, the person with the strongest desire wins. And you can also purchase the book, right? You can also go on Amazon and pre-order. I think this is so, one of the things that people, love about journaling is the power of it. But sometimes we're like, I just don't know what to write. I know, especially when it comes to gratitude, like I feel like I'm being grateful every day for the same things over and over. So what I love about this is that for 90 days, it's 90 different, prompts, devotionals, if you will, that will support you on this journey to making every single day a gift, where you're joyous, you're expectant, you're leaving the past, you're just being in the now. You are, really like we talked about, just really being the mindset that says, if I can be grateful for the desires that are my dreams, like one of the things you talk about with visualizing, and we teach a lot about, is if you can be grateful for it as if it's already happened. The universe doesn't know, like, did that happen and she's remembering and grateful, or is that something, like, there's no difference. It's just the frequency of vibration, and it's the frequency that the universe responds to and therefore brings it to you. So being in that energy for 90 days is such a powerful thing to do. You will literally become a magnet to your dreams.
Yes.
Sabrina, thank you. All right, any last thoughts before we send everyone off to have an amazing week this week?
Absolutely. Well, I just want to say how grateful I am for you. I'm grateful for the listeners. I cannot wait to read the comments and engage with the comments. And also, when you do pre-order, and for the person who will be winning the copy of the book, you'll also have an opportunity to join a private Facebook group called Each Day a Gift in 3D, where I will actually speak in more depth to some of the devotion. So I'm excited to have you on board, and I'm excited to bear witness to the miracles that take place in your life when you raise your altitude by having an attitude of gratitude.
Ooh, I love it. So this is one of the perks of being me and doing the work that I get to do, is I surround myself with amazing people like Sabrina. And it's my joy to share with you guys. Sabrina is my spiritual advisor, and it's my joy to share her work with all of you. And I encourage you all to go get the books. Let her know in the comments. We're on Zoom, so we're not seeing Facebook comments right now. Let her know in the comments that you want to be entered to win the book, and go have an amazing week. The thing that I'm taking the most from this call today is to really look at the area of my life that I've felt a little frustrated about or challenged by, or however you are feeling that resonates with that. I know how I'm feeling, and really ask, and what is the gift here? What is the gift of this for me? And my heart's desire is that all of you will do that same activity this week. Mwah! Go have a great week. Sabrina, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye-bye.